The uncle is him. This young man is him. Even this girl is him. Now this little boy is him. Everyone in this world has only one type of supernatural ability. However, his supernatural ability gives him 999 different types of abilities, but in order to not appear too strange, he plays multiple roles. However, he, who has always been low-key, has never shown off in front of others. But now, he is investigating the reason why his sister was persecuted by a supernatural being. His responsibility no longer allows him to continue being an ordinary person. So he directly reached out and began peeling his younger sister's supernatural ability. After a moment, a shiny supernatural ability gem appeared before him. It turns out that the little sister possesses a D-level supernatural ability. No wonder even that supernatural being's accident couldn't stop her. She directly turned him into an ice sculpture. But is the situation really that simple? Connor doesn't believe that it was just a one-time lucky mistake on the opponent's part. After all, at that time, his younger sister was so far away from the battlefield. It couldn't be just a coincidence. Just as he became more and more uneasy, a noisy sound came from outside the ward at this moment. It turned out that his parents were arguing with the lawyer of the supernatural being responsible for the incident. The other party intends to settle it with money. But the father slapped the document with his palm and scolded the other party to leave immediately. He, being sensible, had no choice but to pick up the compensation document. After all, my sister is currently in a vegetative state. More money is needed to maintain life support equipment. So he persuaded him in a logical manner. Dad had no choice but to compromise. In the end, Connor reached an agreement with the other party, including an additional compensation of 100,000 Earth coins. He did this also to consider the future medical equipment for his sister. And at this moment, the lawyer who completed the task arrived at the hospital entrance. He immediately called his client. Arctic Warrior is the mastermind behind Connor's sister's injury. But he showed no remorse. Instead, he seemed somewhat happy. So Connor's initial feeling might be right. The reason why his sister got hurt is definitely more than just a simple accident. From this moment on, he will completely dispel the idea of being an ordinary person for the rest of his life. Because not all supernatural beings are deserving of having supernatural abilities. He wants to turn all those bad people possessing supernatural abilities back into ordinary people in order to resolve the hatred in his heart. The next day, he moved out of his house to facilitate his future plans. He moved to a residential area and shared the rent with 3 girls. As soon as he walked in, the girls politely greeted him. They each introduced themselves with their names. The one with curly golden hair is called Daisy, the one with cute straight hair is named Ava, and the one who hasn't returned yet is Lily. The 2 of them saw the handsome Connor arriving. They originally intended to have dinner together. But Connor declined their kind invitation due to fatigue from traveling by boat and carriage. Then he walked straight to his room without looking back, lying down on the comfortable big soft bed and relaxing for a moment. He took out his phone from his pocket and watched a video of supernatural ability champion battling with supernatural monster. I don't know when it started, but black cavities began to randomly appear suddenly. Supernatural monsters also use black cavity to come to Earth. Earth can only rely on professional supernatural beings to stop supernatural monsters from invading, bringing about peaceful and stable lives. And those names of supernatural beings are then called champions. But in order to prevent the misuse of supernatural abilities, the Supernatural Ability Act stipulates that only supernatural beings who have obtained a professional champion qualification certificate can use supernatural abilities. Connor quickly switched to that supernatural ability battle. He watched the video where his sister got injured carefully for a long time, but still didn't notice anything. He turned around and let out a long sigh. He planned to study it again tomorrow, since it was already very late. He picked up his toiletries, prepared to freshen up in the bathroom before resting. However, on the way to the bathroom, he encountered a drunken girl in the hallway. I suppose this is the last roommate, Lily? Connor politely greeted her. However, the situation on the other side was not quite right. She rushed into the bathroom and vomited directly. She ended up paralyzed, lying next to the toilet. He looked at her shy appearance. Connor looked very conflicted. He wanted to help but also hesitated because of the boundaries between men and women. Helplessly, he had no choice but to wake up the sleeping Daisy. He asked her to go and help Lily. However, Daisy had long been used to it. After all, Lily had been like that not just once or twice. As soon as the conversation ended, she closed the door. Connor had no choice but to pick Lily up himself. However, in the moment he lifted her up, Connor's supernatural ability actually detected that Lily was also a supernatural being. His supernatural ability is an F-level supernatural ability called Brain Overload. It can temporarily put the brain in an overclock state, greatly enhancing the brain's computing power. It has great potential. So Connor carried Lily back to his room. Then he started using his supernatural ability peeling. In the blink of an eye, a bright orange supernatural ability gem appeared. At this moment, Connor conceived a bold idea. Lily's Brain Overload and her sister's Psychic Shock are both supernatural abilities in the psychic category. What kind of miracle would emerge if the two were to be combined? In this world full of supernatural abilities, every supernatural being will have a supernatural ability. However, the Connor in front of me is different from the others. He can have countless supernatural abilities because his awakened ability is called peeling. It is an ability that can separate other supernatural abilities and take them as his own. At the same time, he can also merge two supernatural abilities together, creating a brand new supernatural ability. He is about to begin his first fusion now. The two supernatural ability gems in front of him, one is his younger sister's Psychic Shock, and the other is his roommate's Brain Overload. Both belonging to the psychic category supernatural ability, meet the fusion conditions perfectly. So he immediately cast a spell to rotate the two gems. Then, they blend with each other. Everything goes smoothly. His first fused supernatural ability is thus born. A D+ level ability named Super Brain that can actively trigger Psychic Shock, significantly enhancing brain calculation and deduction abilities. This supernatural ability couldn't have come at a better time. Connor plans to use it to deduce the entire playback of his sister's injury. Perhaps some clues can be found from it. The next morning, Connor, who was sound asleep, suddenly heard a knock on the door. He opened the door with drowsiness. It turned out to be Lily, who had returned drunk last night. The other party came to express gratitude and return the clothes to him. Connor was originally concerned whether peeling his supernatural ability last night would be harmful to his body. But now seeing Lily's spirit, he was indeed overly cautious. After a few polite exchanges, the living room's main door suddenly opened. The visitor is Felix, Connor's colleague. Upon opening the door, he was struck by the beauty of Lily at first sight. He became restless and fidgety. He first touched his hair. He then proceeded to shake hands and initiate a conversation. And he revealed his own identity as a supernatural being. He kept Lily in a constant state of embarrassment. If Connor didn't have high emotional intelligence, he wouldn't have directly stated Felix's intentions and taken him away. I'm afraid Lily might have a hard time getting away. After saying goodbye, the two hurried to the workplace. Connor opens the computer, watches the video of Arctic Warrior accidentally hurting his sister. Then he uses his supernatural ability to activate Super Brain Deduction. He makes every move of the Arctic Warrior apparent. He is under close observation frame by frame. Connor finally discovered a clue. That's the strange behavior he found. It seems like he's taking something. However, there was no time to wait for him to think more. He was suddenly interrupted by a loud, eerie scream. At this point, Felix opened the window and looked outside. Just then, a red and blue lightning bolt struck down. In the blink of an eye, it transformed into a one-eye hunter. It turned out that a supernatural monster had appeared. The people on this street are being tortured. They are running around in panic. After receiving the disaster notification, the Champion Association immediately dispatched Hot Sour Champion to go. When they saw this familiar figure appear, the originally panicked citizens finally calmed down their fearful emotions. But Felix, who was watching the battle beside him, did not think so. After all, One-Eye Hunter not only has strong defensive capabilities, but also possesses abnormal level melee abilities. So Hot Sour Champion may not necessarily win. However, at the moment he finished speaking. At this moment, another champion has joined the battlefield. The newcomer is AEC level champion named Flame Butterfly. The two champions will join forces to defeat the supernatural monster in front of them. Hot Sour Champion takes the lead in launching attacks to restrain the enemy. Flame Butterfly is then responsible for launching the final all-out attack, because her Butterfly Strike can turn everything into ashes. Amidst the engulfing flames, everyone began to breathe a sigh of relief. People believe that this supernatural monster has reached the end. But is it really so? As the flames gradually extinguish, One-Eye Hunter reappears from the blazing fire in front of the public, but it is still intact, unharmed. It has also mutated and acquired a flame-proof shell. At this moment, Hot Sour Champion is in a panic, because he has reached a bottleneck in his professional career. If he suffers a defeat now, his popularity will decrease. At that time, the association will allocate resources to the younger generation, and he will lose his position as a top player. Therefore, in this battle, success is the only option. Failure is not allowed. Just when he was lost in these thoughts, Flame Butterfly has been bound by the supernatural monster's actions. She is desperately screaming for help. He found Hot Sour Champion eating a blue pill. This suddenly made him feel like he had seen it somewhere before. At this moment, a girl's cry for help came from nearby. It turned out that another Flame Butterfly champion had been caught by a supernatural monster. The Hot Sour Champion, after taking drugs, became exceptionally ferocious. He instantly snapped the tentacles of the supernatural monster. He successfully rescued the Flame Butterfly. His expression became exceptionally solemn at this moment, and his eyes turned blue. He feels particularly powerful. He instantly excited the off-site broadcasters. But they are also very curious. In the past, after finishing the Hot Sour Champion, there was only a 15-minute real-man time. And this time, exceeding 15 minutes is even stronger than before. People had not reacted much when the supernatural monster launched a fierce attack. The tentacles of the supernatural monster wildly attacked the Hot Sour Champion. But they were all easily blocked by the Hot Sour Champion. At this moment, the Hot Sour Champion has become exceptionally powerful. With the Hot Sour critical strike, he shouted. A flying punch instantly pierced through the body of the supernatural monster. The battle ended there. But Hot Sour Champion suddenly spat out blood, which may be a side effect. Flame Butterfly quickly stepped forward to check the situation of the senior player, but was frightened by the fierce look in Hot Sour Champion's eyes when he turned back. At this moment, Hot Sour Champion consciously began to regain control of himself. The blue light in his eyes and on his body slowly disappeared. He eventually returned to normal. He walked on the road, receiving the thanks and admiration of the crowd. And when Connor was about to leave, suddenly, a miniature supernatural monster appeared from within the supernatural monster. It plans to parasitize Connor's body for rebirth. But it was instantly defeated by a psychic shot from Connor. Then Connor took the opportunity to use the supernatural ability peeling. Successfully peeled off the supernatural ability of the little supernatural monster. B-level supernatural ability flame-proof shell, immune to fire element attacks below B-level. It also greatly increases resistance to physical attacks. After absorbing the supernatural ability, Connor feels that his entire body is covered with an invisible shell. It really is a great tank supernatural ability. But at this moment, Flame Butterfly suddenly senses that someone nearby is using a powerful psychic supernatural ability. She immediately flew into the air and saw the figure of Connor. After landing at his location, she didn't see anyone. At this moment, a voice suddenly appeared behind her. "Are you looking for me?" The girl was attacking someone with fire just a second ago. The next second she shouted, "I'm sorry, I was wrong, please don't kill me." Every person in the world only possesses one supernatural ability. However, this man possesses 999 different supernatural abilities. Flame Butterfly caught up to Masked Guy and questioned him about his identity. "Why did you violate the supernatural ability code by using supernatural abilities without authorization?" And Masked Guy completely ignores the girl. He just softly said, "Excuse me." But the girl wouldn't give up. She wanted to arrest this man and take him back to the Champion Association for investigation. She immediately began to attack Masked Guy with Flame Attack, not knowing that this Masked Guy was actually Connor, who possesses 999 different supernatural abilities. Just a moment ago, he had peeled off a B-level supernatural ability Flame-Proof Shell from a small supernatural monster. Therefore, Connor is now completely immune to flame attacks below B-level. He extinguished the flame with just one finger. "Next, is it my turn to attack?" Then the girl apologized loudly and fled. Connor recalled the moves of Hot Sour Champion at that time. He felt that they were very similar to those of Arctic Warrior before. He probably speculated that Arctic Warrior had also taken this kind of pill that day. While he was sorting out clues and pondering on his way home in the car, he was suddenly interrupted by a passerby. At this moment, he touched his hand and found that his bag was missing. Connor quickly looked around, but he couldn't see the figure of the person he had interrupted just now. He felt that the other party must have used some kind of supernatural ability to hide. He quickly used Super Brain for sensory enhancement. He found his own scent on this man. However, this man and the one from earlier are two completely different individuals. Originally, Connor didn't plan to continue depriving others of their supernatural ability, and was ready to focus on investigating the blue pill. However, this type of hidden identity supernatural ability is just too useful. It's practically a gift. He followed the man after getting off the car. He arrived at the public restroom. After getting his bag back, he made a move on someone else. He just said he wouldn't accept supernatural ability. Still couldn't resist it. F-level supernatural ability instant change of outfit. Just think about it, and you can easily change outfit. It also serves as a storage space. Connor tried using the supernatural ability and found it really useful. But then the police suddenly appeared and headed towards Connor. Is the main character going to be arrested by the police? When your sister is being bullied. As an ordinary person with 999 kinds of supernatural abilities, what would you do? Every person in this world only possesses one kind of supernatural ability. But this man possesses 999 kinds of supernatural abilities. But he doesn't want to attract attention. He just wants to be an ordinary person. But he is the target of fear for all the champions. On this day, he had just taken away the supernatural ability of the man in the toilet. As soon as he left, he was stopped by the police. "Hello, we received a report from the public. Someone called to report that there was a pervert in the women's restroom. Did you hear anything?" "I heard it, and I even saw a cross-dressing pervert acting suspiciously over there." Connor managed to escape unscathed. 1 week later, Connor's childhood friend Fat Guy took him to a hotel to hang out. Here, Connor saw Lily in the dorm looking especially pure. Suddenly letting Connor see her like this also made her a little at a loss. The fat guy next to him is still comforting Connor to take it easy. "There are plenty of girls here to accompany you." And at this moment, the young rich guy at the next card table suddenly slapped Lily in anger because he lost the game. He didn't vent enough anger and poured alcohol over Lily's head. Poor Lily had no one to rely on, and could only cry and endure it. But this young rich guy did not let Lily off. Instead, he had his servants pour alcohol for Lily. Why is he so arrogant, and no one dares to stop him? It's because he is the second son of a level champion mechanical warlord. There is also a C-level champion flame puncher as a bodyguard by his side. Connor, who was originally reluctant to cause trouble, couldn't stand it anymore. He told the fat guy that he was going to the bathroom, then quickly changed into alchemist gear to prepare to rescue Lily. I heard you are the son of the mechanical warlord. Do you still dare to make a move? It seems like another clueless guy. Go kill him. Little brother, you are looking for trouble yourself, don't blame me. You're unlucky to encounter me, Flame Puncher. Connor chuckled and sighed and said, You are truly unlucky to encounter me. The story is not over yet. Flame Puncher launched a flame punch at Connor. He didn't dodge, is he pretending? He dodged Connor's fast punch in an instant. Then he said, That's it? At this moment, Flame Puncher smiled and said, Naive. Do you think it's just an ordinary punch? Then he unleashed the follow-up move of the punch. Suddenly, Connor was surrounded by a huge flame. But what they didn't know was that Connor now had the B-level supernatural ability Flame-Proof Shell. Flames of less than B-level supernatural ability had no effect on him. They saw Connor's hand emerge from the flames. Then with a wave of his hand, the flames disappeared. He said, Now it's my turn to take action. You better be careful. Not everyone in this world has supernatural abilities. Even if you have a supernatural ability, you will only have one supernatural ability. But this man possesses 999 supernatural abilities, which is like a bug in this world. Because his ability is supernatural ability peeling. After the fierce attack from Flame Puncher, this alchemist masked guy was not hurt at all. Instead, a single hand slash instantly defeated Flame Puncher. To outsiders, it may just seem like a hand slash. But in fact, just now, the alchemist masked guy launched a psychic shock. The hand slash that followed was just a feint. Then, taking advantage of the other's unconsciousness, he started to use his true supernatural ability peeling and successfully peeled away the other's supernatural ability. C-level supernatural ability Flame Punch. It can generate a flame attack on the fist to attack enemies. This is also the reason why he can possess 999 types of supernatural abilities. The one who just said he wanted to deal with my young master. Now, does he still want to deal with me? Big brother, I was wrong, I was blind. Don't hit me. Do you know who my dad is? I know your dad is mechanical warlord, but so what? You kill me. My dad won't let you off. Don't worry, I didn't intend to kill you. I just want to make a deal with you. Leon, do you want to have a supernatural ability? What are you talking about supernatural ability? If you want, come to the address on the note alone 7 days later. The plan is proceeding smoothly. Next, we'll wait for Leon to fall into the trap. I must find out the truth about my sister's injury. At this time, the Kingston Champion Company quickly obtained the situation of Flame Puncher. This is the forensic analysis of Flame Puncher's injuries. There is a major issue. Flame Puncher's supernatural ability is gone. All the champions of the Kingston Company were shocked to hear this. As far as I know, currently only the S-level champion Ferryman has the ability to eliminate other people's supernatural abilities. But this person cannot be Ferryman. Ferryman is an old man with 1 foot already in the coffin. It's impossible for him to appear in this way. In the end, the mechanical warlord decided to classify this information as a top secret of the company. It must not be disclosed to the public. He needs to think it over carefully. He doesn't know whether he should disclose or conceal it. Because once this information is released, it will cause great panic in the champion society. But if he can win over this person, it will greatly enhance the company's reputation. The next day, Connor and Fat Guy arrived at the museum. Because Connor heard that there is an S-level supernatural monster plasma T-Rex specimen here. This supernatural monster once caused a great impact in City L, killing 5 A-level champions, 12 B-level champions, and 27 C-level champions. If we could gain his supernatural ability from his corpse, there might not be many people who could threaten me. As Connor said that, he triggered the supernatural ability peeling. The feeling seems to be real. Peeling was successful. At this moment, Connor's pupils dilated. His expression was surprisingly astonished. Could it be that he has truly obtained some kind of super powerful supernatural ability? There is a man in this world who is like a godlike existence. Others only have one kind of supernatural ability, but his kind of supernatural ability gives him limitless kinds of supernatural ability. He now plans to peel the S-level supernatural monster's S supernatural ability. You should know that this S supernatural monster was originally extremely powerful. It caused massive destruction to the city. Numerous champions died in battle before finally killing it. Just as the main character Connor successfully peeled off the supernatural ability of this S-level supernatural monster. The system shows that E-level supernatural plasma can be used to create plasma, perhaps to charge your phone. This shocked Connor. Could it be that the supernatural ability on an S-level supernatural monster has degraded over time due to its long period of death? Last time, peeling a B-level supernatural monster resulted in obtaining a B-level flame-proof shell. It seems that it's better to strike while the iron is hot. Well, since I'm already here, let's just touch and feel around casually. Connor felt a bit disappointed when he got home at night, because he only found 3 low-level supernatural ability gems. Although the abilities were decent, their effects were too weak. F-level supernatural ability avatar can create an avatar that exists for 1 minute. E-level supernatural ability plasma can be used to create plasma. F-level supernatural ability marionette control can make people have a good impression of you. Connor thinks these abilities are okay. It would be great if they could be strengthened, as the effects are too weak. So he suddenly thought, since the supernatural ability could merge before, can it also be disassembled? So he took out the Flame Puncher C-level flame and tried it out. After multiple tries, he actually succeeded. After he disassembled it, some dark energy came out. Connor thinks that the essence of supernatural abilities might just be this dark energy. Is it true that as long as you feed other supernatural abilities with dark energy, the effect of the supernatural ability will be enhanced? So he integrated dark energy with F-level marionette control. I didn't expect that it really leveled up. Now it has become an E-level supernatural ability, marionette control, which can cause suggestive effects on targets from the subconscious. Connor originally was just casually trying it out and didn't expect it to actually work. He suddenly had a bold idea and decided to create an S-level supernatural ability. At that moment, Lily's cry came from outside the house. "Go away! Don't touch me!" What happened? How did the girl suddenly hug and kiss the main character? Just as the main character was about to create an S-level supernatural ability. Suddenly, a voice of resistance from Lily came from outside the door. "Go away! Don't touch me!" Connor quickly went out to check the situation. It turned out that Lily's parents had arrived. She was being forced to help her younger brother. Her parents asked her for money for various reasons. They even lied to her by saying that her father was seriously ill and urgently needed money. All this is just because her brother is getting married and buying a car and a house. Poor Lily heard that her father was seriously ill in order to make money quickly. She gets up early and works late every day, taking on 4 jobs. She even accompanies drinks in nightclubs in order to make money quickly. Heartbroken, Lily cries to her parents. But her father not only lacked sympathy, but also blamed Lily for being shameless. He said she had ruined the reputation of their L family. "I will kill you, you unloving idiot! Hit me if you dare! You have no idea how many customers in nightclubs have hit me in order to raise money." Just as Lily's father was about to make a move, Connor stepped in to intervene. "Who are you? Do I need a third party like you to discipline my daughter?" Connor realized that Lily's father showed no remorse at all. but her mother seemed a bit sad and regretful. So Connor used marionette control on Lily's mother. Enough. Your daughter even worked as a drinking companion to earn money to save you. Do you still want to lecture her? Is your heart made of stone? Lily, it's all Mom's fault. You are always the apple of my eye. The next day, Connor accompanied Lily to see off her parents. Thank you for accompanying me to see them off. Come closer. I have a secret to tell you. Connor blushed and said, What? Lily didn't say anything. She just gave him a kiss. Then she whispered in his ear, Thank you for helping me twice. I didn't expect that the boss with 999 supernatural abilities would blush. Is this the treatment for a main character? Lily just gave him a tender kiss. On the other hand, he's already having a thrilling time with another girl. In this world, everyone possesses only one kind of supernatural ability, while this man lacks 999 kinds of supernatural abilities, because he can peel off other people's supernatural abilities for his own use. Now he plans to go to the morgue of Supernatural Monster to carry out peeling in order to obtain more supernatural ability. At this moment, he saw a truck passing by and suddenly came up with a good way to sneak in. So he quickly ran towards the truck. He chose a place he could grab onto and hung onto the truck. What he didn't expect was that someone was already hanging there. It turned out to be a girl. Surprisingly, they were so close to each other and didn't feel embarrassed. Instead, he mistakenly thought they were in the same line of work and started chatting. This girl's name is Callie, and she came to complete a business association's mission. So they successfully sneaked into the Supernatural Monster body processing room. At first glance, Callie seemed like a regular customer. She quickly found the white wolf fur that the boss wanted. She carefully cut off the fur and placed it into her supernatural ability storage bag. She was showing off in front of Connor. Hey, isn't my supernatural ability storage bag useful? It can hold a lot of things. Main character looked disgusted. I wouldn't even want this kind of supernatural ability even if it was given to me for free. Then he walked towards the body of the white wolf and began peeling. He successfully obtained the D-level supernatural ability metal control, which allows him to freely change the shape of metal. The alarm bell suddenly rang at this moment. A staff member ran in terror, shouting that the supernatural monster had been resurrected. Immediately, a huge black tentacle appeared and grabbed him away. The supernatural monster revealed its full appearance. Just as Connor was pulling the girl and running, suddenly an old man with a knife appeared in front. The old man accused Callie and Connor of being suspects who sneaked in to revive the supernatural monster. However, the old man in front of us feels that it is necessary to deal with the huge tentacle monster that has been revived first. I saw the old man using the wolf cut. The blade transformed into a purple-blue wolf soul claw attack, instantly severing countless tentacles of the tentacle monster. At this moment, Connor has already realized that this old man is a level champion torrent breaker. This person's A-level supernatural ability Northern Dipper Slash is very fierce. It is said that even S-level supernatural beings have to avoid it to some extent. Then Torrent Breaker used the second move Celestial Mechanism. The sword spun around and cut off all tentacles of the tentacle monster. The final move, Celestial Jade. The sword transformed into a giant sword and descended from the sky. The sword pierced directly through the giant's skull. He then ended the battle with a cool landing pose. He said, Okay, now it's your turn. Connor here is still explaining that Supernatural Monster really wasn't revived by us. But the old man completely doesn't believe it and insists on taking down Connor and his group. At this moment, Callie felt she couldn't avoid a battle. She took out her own B-level armor, threw it to Connor, and ran away. She even said a sentence. Alchemist, little bro, good luck. Just as Connor hadn't reacted yet, the old man came over and attacked. At this moment, Connor still hadn't fully reacted. Will Connor be defeated facing an A-level boss, or will he spark something new instead? An A-level professional, experienced champion, against a young person with multiple supernatural abilities who has not yet risen. What sparks will they create, or will there be a direct end to the whole drama? Just as the main character, Connor, had just put on the B-level protection shell that Callie gave him and had not reacted yet. Torrid Breaker experienced champion just chopped down directly. Connor instinctively used his arm to block it. I did not expect the B-level protection shell could actually block the attack. Although it was blocked this time, I am not sure if it can be blocked next time. If it hadn't been blocked, I might have died. So Connor still needs to dodge as much as possible. But he still can't keep up with the speed of the experienced champion. He had to activate the super brain. Experienced champion's speed visibly decreased visually. But even so, it is still not enough to compete with him. At this moment, experienced champion noticed Connor's flaw. He struck with a lethal sword, and Connor knew he couldn't avoid it. He quickly used marionette control on the experienced champion. He briefly controlled the movements of experienced champion, which allowed him to escape from death. Experienced champion was also very surprised. How can you actually control my actions? However, after the brief control ended, experienced champion immediately launched an attack. At this point, Connor no longer had time to consider the issue of revealing his strength. He once again activated metal control, forming a steel sword in his hand. He then proceeded with the sword technique from the experienced champion. At this moment, the experienced champion stopped, shouted, "All of you leave here. I want to talk to him alone." Other people were scared away one after another by the experienced champion. Now only Connor and experienced champion are left here. After a fierce battle, experienced champion realizes that the man in front of him is not an ordinary person. He actually possesses multiple supernatural abilities, which is unprecedented. This person will definitely become a strong figure among humans. I believe he may be here to investigate the truth of this world. He then asked, "Are you here to seek the truth of the world?" Connor is not here for any truth, he's just here to peel. But he also wants to know what the truth is. So he suddenly became very curious and casually said, "Yes, I came for this cliché." I didn't expect the experienced champion to be a person of temperament as well. Facing this young person with various supernatural abilities, there was an inexplicable sense of sympathy. He generously told Connor everything here. It turns out that this is not an ordinary supernatural monster processing center. Here is actually a place to open a passage to the supernatural monster world. Code-named White Cavity. White Cavity of City was successfully opened 15 years ago. The Champion Association has dispatched a top champion team on a special mission to enter the supernatural monster world. I am also among them. All S-level champions perished in that operation. They fought to the death to protect me and another person, allowing us to return safely. Actually, each supernatural monster processing center is built on a weak point of Earth's sphere. As long as you keep burning the bodies of supernatural monsters in those weak spots, you can open the White Cavity. We humans on Earth are actually livestock confined by supernatural monsters. Only by gathering strong humans do we have hope of defeating them. You can leave. No matter what organization you belong to, remember one thing. We are all members of the human race. In this way, the main character begins to slowly uncover the truth of this world. Do you know how strong this man is? Others have the advantage of numbers in their organizations, but this pile of mask organizations is all managed by him alone. Everyone in this world only has one type of supernatural ability. But this man has an infinite number of supernatural abilities. After he learned the truth of this world from the elders, Connor walked out and saw Callie waiting outside. Connor thought about how he couldn't let others know about his various supernatural abilities for now. "Callie, look into my eyes." What's wrong?" At this moment, Connor used marionette control on Callie, ordering Callie to forget that he has just used flame attack and metal supernatural ability. Then sell the useful B-level armor to him for 10,000 coins, but he needs to buy on credit first. After successfully manipulating Callie with a snap of his fingers, Connor went home and used mental control to create a ring named Star Absorption Ring. He then concocted a supernatural ability potion to make others mistakenly believe that the supernatural ability was on the ring. Additionally, due to the frequent appearances of alchemists before, Connor created a disguise named Fire Snake for convenience in future actions. His abilities are different from those of the alchemist. His main ability is sea-level plasma, and he can also use flame attack when necessary. Connor started to develop a mysterious organization, of which he is the only member. The original intention of this organization is to deal with the fallen champions of Verdict Ion, so the organization is eventually named Verdict Ion. As time passed, the day of the appointment with Leon quickly arrived. Connor and Leon both arrived at the agreed location as planned. He said, "I'm glad you could come as agreed. You will be happy with your choice." "Yes, Alchemist Boss just wants you to give me supernatural ability. I can satisfy you with money, power, or women. Go away. I have no interest in those things you mentioned. Obtaining supernatural ability is simple. Just look into my eyes." That's how Connor activated marionette control on Leon again. He then asked about the blue pill. Leon did not react at all. Then he ordered himself to slap his own face, but Leon still did not react. Connor wondered if this guy is a sea-level or above supernatural being. In theory, sea-level marionette control can control lower-level supernatural beings. Last time at the bar, Leon didn't resist at all. Doesn't seem like a high-level supernatural being. Forget it, you'll know when you touch it. So Connor reached out his evil hand towards Leon. He couldn't know the truth without touching it, and he was startled when he did. He actually does possess a supernatural ability, and it's a very powerful high-level supernatural ability. What exactly is this supernatural ability? Why is Leon completely unaware of it? Do you know how powerful this man is? While others can only possess one supernatural ability, he can have an infinite number of supernatural abilities. He can also use the avatar to develop his own mysterious organization. Just now, he obtained a high-level supernatural ability from a champion's son. This supernatural ability allows one to be reborn to one day before death, but can only be used once. Reviews mention that while it is an A-level supernatural ability, the fact that it can only be used after death makes it a lackluster ability. Indeed, this ability would not be very useful in the hands of others. Because if someone else solely possesses this supernatural ability, they would essentially be an ordinary person. But for Connor, having the opportunity to be reborn once is incredibly valuable, considering he already possesses infinite supernatural abilities. This supernatural ability is definitely a game changer for him in the future. In return, Connor placed the supernatural ability gem from the Supernatural Monster Processing Center into his body. "Boss, how did I fall asleep? Do I have supernatural abilities now?" "First put on this ring. It is a star absorption ring made by the organization. You can use it to absorb supernatural ability factors from supernatural beings, then process them through a special method. Turn the supernatural ability factors into a supernatural ability potion that ordinary people can drink, and you will then be able to possess supernatural abilities." "Okay. Boss, I trust you unconditionally to have supernatural ability." Leon decisively drank the so-called supernatural ability potion. After drinking it, Leon felt a violent and hot sensation in his body. Not long after, Leon's appearance began to change. How does Leon feel after finally transforming into a tall and strong white wolf bloodline category with the supernatural ability White Wolf? Is this a supernatural ability? It feels amazing. My brother can also transform into a beast dragon. Who do you think is stronger between him and me? You seem to not have fully woken up yet. Your brother has an A-level supernatural ability, while yours is only at the E level. There is simply no basis for comparison. Leon immediately showed a displeased expression upon hearing that. Don't rush yourself first. After all, since you have just joined the organization, they can only provide you with relatively entry-level supernatural abilities. As you complete more tasks and contribute more to the organization in the future, naturally, they will grant you higher-level supernatural abilities. Leon instantly transformed from a fierce white wolf into a cute little dog full of anticipation. He immediately hugged Connor's thigh and said, "Can you give me an A-level supernatural ability potion in the future?" "You can, but don't make a fuss. It's no use calling for it when the organization has its own regulations. There is a task to assign to you. You are to investigate information about the blue pill using the identity of a young rich guy from Kingston Company. This pill seems to be a type of pill that can temporarily enhance supernatural ability. But it seems to also easily provoke anger in people. Your company's a level champion Arctic warrior seemed to have had issues after taking the pill. He harmed innocent civilians. We will meet here again once you have gathered useful information from your investigation. When the time comes, we will exchange a supernatural ability potion with you based on the value of your intelligence." "Okay, boss, take care." The psychic will definitely be obedient. Leon thought he had really gained a supernatural ability. In fact, it was all controlled remotely by Connor, who used the supernatural ability gem inside Leon to bring about the transformation effect. How come the legendary S-level demon blade Muramasa is a broken blade, but when you hold it, you suddenly feel extraordinarily powerful? Today, indifferent Connor, showing off, saw Callie on the road whom he had just met a few days ago. She seemed to be surrounded by people because she had taken something that belonged to someone else. One of the girls in the group turning out to be a level champion Yukiana. "Do you surrender her yourself, or shall I retrieve her?" "Sure, then this beautiful young lady. Did you drop a golden knife or a silver knife? Don't offer a toast but then refuse to drink and end up having to drink as a penalty. Keep babbling and I'll freeze your feet into pieces." Just then, it seems like Callie noticed me. "Alchemist older brother. Here, take this broken blade. It's a gift for you. It's free. You did see me a long time ago after all. Thank you." Just as Connor excitedly removed the scabbard, it turned out to be a real broken blade. Oh. At this point, they changed their target for the attack. They all turned to attack me. There's something wrong with this knife. It is absorbing my psychic power. How did my body move on its own? In an instant, the demon blade took control of Connor's body and took out the surrounding ninja avatars. Suddenly, another person rushed towards him from behind. Connor jumped in the air to dodge. At this moment, Demon Blade absorbed Connor's psychic power and began to emit purple flames. Is this the true form of Demon Blade Muramasa? One slash move instantly dealt with one opponent. Although this move is cool. But at this moment, most of Connor's psychic power has been sucked away by the knife. His body is starting to feel weak and can't hold on much longer. And at this moment, the Yukiana behind Connor's back, her eyes turned red, revealing a terrifying murderous intent. Launched absolute zero temperature toward Connor. Connor felt he couldn't escape. He thought he was going to meet his end here. But suddenly, is this the wall of size? It turns out that nomadic swordsman and beast dragon appeared. Your Japan force can be arrogant in your own territory, but how dare you come to our District 1 to cause trouble? Although you killed my people, as long as you hand over our things, I can leave right away. Do you think District 1 is a place where you can come and go as you please? I'll leave this woman to you. I'm going to try out the depth of that alchemist. The beast dragon attacked Connor with a punch. Connor was immediately sent flying several meters away. At this moment, Yukiana spotted an opening in the beast dragon. If you won't let me go, then just die. She then unleashed absolute zero temperature on the beast dragon. At this moment, the nomadic swordsman on the side quickly unleashed Wind Blade Slash. He blocked the attack and hit Yukiana, but Yukiana had already escaped. The one hit was just her avatar. At this moment, Connor also took the opportunity to hide. Due to Muramasa absorbing his psychic power, he now has no strength at all. Just as he was trying to figure out a solution, he suddenly realized that this S-level demon blade is made from the bones of a supernatural monster. It's equivalent to a supernatural monster, so he wonders if it can be peeled. Connor started to demonstrate his godlike supernatural ability, peeling, once again, this time peeling a S-level sword. What will be revealed by the peeling this time? Quick, look at this man, he's trying to cheat again. Other people's abilities are either using fire or ice attack legitimately, or release sword aura. His ability is to peel. This time, he is peeling this S-level sword. He is curious about what supernatural ability can be unlocked by touching this S-level sword made of supernatural monster bones. Unexpectedly, he actually unlocked 2,500 units of dark energy by touching it. Having so much dark energy allows him to easily level up his other supernatural abilities. Connor thought for a moment and decided to level up his D-level metal control ability. So, he took out a supernatural ability gem to absorb and level it up. Unexpectedly, the D-level supernatural ability directly upgraded to a level, and now he has a level metal control ability. He can manipulate all metals within a radius of 1 kilometer, with a maximum control weight of 1,000 tons. He can instantly sense all steel substances within a radius of 1 kilometer. Just when he was proud that he could compete with these level champions, the fleeing Yukiana suddenly saw Connor and launched an attack. Connor used his metal ability to transform into a steel fan to block Yukiana's attack. Then, he used his metal control to restrain Yukiana. "Don't move, let me check you over. Everything will be fine soon. I will be gentle." And now, Connor reached out his evil hand towards Yukiana. He took Yukiana's supernatural ability gem, a supernatural ability that allows Yukiana to summon Shikigami to help in battle. She can also choose to merge with the Shikigami. Connor happily exclaimed, "I didn't expect it to be in the summon category. It's truly the ultimate dream supernatural ability for males." Just as he had just dealt with Yukiana, he encountered Beast Dragon and Nomadic Swordsman. Beast Dragon was amazed to see Connor defeat the equally powerful A-level Yukiana. How could a psychic like you possibly defeat Yukiana, he wondered. At this moment, the aura around Connor had clearly changed. He said, "If you don't believe me, you can all attack together and see for yourselves." The audience goaded the situation, hoping to witness a spectacular 1-against-2 showdown. Nomadic Swordsman refused to engage in a 2-against-1 battle and decided to face the challenge alone. He unleashed a sword aura and attacked Connor with it. Connor once again used steel deformation to block the attack. Then he instantly ran behind the Nomadic Swordsman. He wants to use metal supernatural ability to control the Nomadic Swordsman's sword. But he didn't expect that he couldn't control it at all. He had to temporarily use a steel shield to dodge. Because the Nomadic Swordsman doesn't have any controllable metal on him, he couldn't deal with him as easily as he did with Yukiana. He thought he must level up another level supernatural ability, otherwise he wouldn't even be able to handle the Beast Dragon. It's hard to say whether the Nomadic Swordsman can defeat him. Connor disassembled and downgraded Yukiana's supernatural ability gem. Then he used the materials disassembled to level up marionette control. A level marionette control can interfere with level targets, with illusions, and brainwash targets below B level. It can gain absolute loyalty from the target for 10 years, and allow the soul to enter the marionette's body for 2 hours of activity per day. The maximum number of marionettes is 3. It's simply shameless skill. After explaining for so long, the Nomadic Swordsman couldn't wait anymore. "Hey! Are we fighting or not?" At this moment, Connor launched marionette control at the Nomadic Swordsman. The affected Nomadic Swordsman began to feel a bit confused. "Are you really going to attack your sister with a sword? Just now, you were facing a masked guy. Why did it suddenly change into a beauty? Wait, this is my deceased sister. How could she appear here? Could it be a psychic category supernatural ability? Are you a duo category supernatural being?" You noticed a bit late. Your sword speed is noticeably hesitating now. What do you know? Even if I know I fell for the illusion, she is my beloved sister. I still can't bring myself to hurt her. I surrender. And so the nomadic swordsman gives up. Everyone can hardly believe that the A-level champion nomadic swordsman was defeated by an unknown guy. Well done, alchemist brother. I thought you were going to be beaten by the nomadic swordsman. If you had died, my 10,000 coins would have gone down the drain. Are you praising me? Beast Dragon is switching in for nomadic swordsman. Before entering the field, nomadic swordsman warned Beast Dragon not to stare into the eyes of alchemist mask guy, or else they will be affected by an illusion. But Beast Dragon seems to be indifferent and unconcerned. Walk up to Connor and say, "Let's make a bet." Interesting. What do you want to bet on? If you lose, tell me the secret of your ring. Okay. As long as you can win me. Connor secretly chuckled, finally letting them notice the ring. This time showing off is just to let more people mistakenly think that my supernatural ability is all because of the ring. Fast, this speed is even faster than the nomadic swordsman. Connor was almost hit. But unexpectedly, the beast dragon instantly ran to his back and gave Connor a heavy elbow strike. He was instantly knocked into the air. Duo category supernatural ability is nothing special either. Connor, who stood up again, looked a bit shaky. I didn't expect this guy to be so powerful. He is fast, strong in attack, high in dragon hide defense all over his body, and can even breathe fire. Isn't this like having multiple supernatural abilities at the same time? Not bad, you can actually stand up. Your bones are quite strong. At this point, Connor cast marionette control on Beast Dragon. Beast Dragon was surprised. What? Beast Dragon saw the appearance of his younger brother in front of him. This angered him. He began the transformation into the second phase. Obsidian Flame Dragon Transformation. Connor expressed helplessness. It was one thing for the illusion to be dispelled, but it also angered the other party. Beast Dragon attacks again. Connor released metal ground spikes on the ground. Do you think these ground spikes of yours can still stop me in my phase 2? Connor saw the situation was bad, and used metal control to fly into the air. And Beast Dragon followed closely behind. Connor quickly used metal control to stop Beast Dragon. Beast Dragon said with a smile, "Have you forgotten that I am Obsidian Flame Dragon?" As he spoke, his whole body began to emit obsidian flame, intending to melt the steel bindings. What surprised him was that the burning continued unabated. Normally, the steel beast dragon could definitely be melted. However, this time Connor activated the B-level flame-proof shell effect on the steel binding him, preventing it from being melted by the beast dragon at once. Connor then began to unleash the ultimate move of his metal supernatural ability. All metal materials within 1 kilometer gathered towards Connor. In the end, a huge metal block formed on top of the beast dragon's head. Fall Punch of Titan. This is one of the effects of a supernatural ability among the multiple supernatural abilities of the main character. In this world, everyone only has one type of supernatural ability. But he has an infinite number of supernatural abilities. Just now, right after he controlled the beast dragon, he used his steel ability to absorb all steel materials within a 1 kilometer radius. In the end, a large iron block formed on the head of the beast dragon. Fall Punch of Titan. Am I going to die? At the command, a huge steel block fell from the sky, causing a large amount of dust. This big move attracted the boss of Kingston Company, a level mechanical warlord, and C-level flame butterfly. Mechanical warlord shot lasers from its eyes to shatter the steel pillar. Only then did they find nomadic swordsman and beast dragon. I opened the wall of size in order to save my life. I'm very sorry that I embarrassed the company. As long as no one was hurt, it's fine. How is Beast Dragon doing? He is injured quite severely, and needs to be sent to healing quickly. Connor is back home here, and is currently healing his wound. He was also complaining that the Beast Dragon was too heavy-handed. He almost crushed someone to death. He said the other person was heavy-handed. After this incident, Connor felt that the primary focus should still be on Blue Pill. Now there are two main directions. One is that Arctic Warrior has been handed over to Leon for investigation. Another direction is to investigate Hot Sour Noodle Superhuman, who recently had a fan meeting. And then, there is the issue of me moving out to live on my own. The current situation is becoming more complicated, and I'm worried it might affect them later on. Just at this moment, Lily came home. Connor, why are you still in the living room with such a strong smell of medicine? Nothing, I just accidentally scratched myself and applied some medicine. By the way, since you are all back, I want to tell everyone that I am moving out. Don't miss me. What will Lily do when you leave? Said the roommate next door. Connor awkwardly responded. What do you mean? There is nothing between her and me. Lily on the side was very disappointed and didn't say a word. She returned to her room alone and slammed the door shut very forcefully. Connor just realized if he said something wrong. The roommate on the side interjected. Lily is so pretty. Where does she fall short of you? If you treat her like this, you're a playboy. After speaking, they all left one after another and went back to their own rooms. At this moment, Connor also expressed his own thoughts. It's not that he doesn't have any fondness for Lily at all. It's just his own identity and the things he is involved in. He is afraid of involving her in danger. Connor walked up to Lily's door and knocked. Lily said, The door is unlocked. Come in. After coming in, Connor said to Lily, I'm sorry. But at this moment, Lily was like a self-conscious hedgehog. Are you disgusted by my birth, or do I look very ugly? Why can't you like me? Do you really not have any feelings of liking me in your heart? I am too impatient. I thought after our last hug, we both had each other in our hearts. But even if it's not the right time now, I don't want us to become strangers. Can you please be my future boyfriend first? Lily is like a fragile porcelain doll now. Touched by someone she cares about, she will shatter. I really can't hurt her anymore. So Connor agreed. Let your imagination fill in the rest. Do you know how strong this man is? Other companies and organizations rely on a large group of people, but this pile of masked organizations is all him alone. Now his sidekick is investigating Blue Pill on the Arctic Warrior's side, all for the sake of completing the Godfather's mission. Otherwise, I wouldn't be willing to spend a lot of money to have him swaggering around here. Later, he took the opportunity to search Arctic Warrior while he was drunk. He suddenly found a strange box. What is this? Someone suddenly shouted behind him. Leon, what are you doing? This startled Leon half to death. Looking for a lighter. I don't know where I put it. Take it. By the way, where are the girls? Why are they all gone? The girls are all waiting. Which one caught your eye? I'll have her go serve you for a jacuzzi bath. Is that okay? The one in the camisole, right? Where did I put that box just now? Found it. Is this the little pill that Godfather mentioned? It makes me want to eat it just by smelling it. Take one back first and have a look. The movement was pretty loud just now. Luca, are you guys okay? At this time, Arctic Warrior opened the door. Leon turned to see that the serving girl was already dead. At first, he was surprised. In an instant, he changed his tone and said, It's just a small matter. Luca, you go first. I'll let the people from the company handle it here. The Arctic Warrior in the car threw the box away forcefully. The expression is abnormally irritable. This is already the nth time. I can't control my strength at all since taking this medicine. He said, I'm leaving now, and walked away with a haughty air. The next day, Connor called Fat Guy to help with moving. Oh, Connor, where did you get the money to rent such a nice apartment? Godson gave it to me as a filial gift. Nonsense, where did you get a godson? He must have won the lottery. Tonight, you have to treat us to dinner. All right, no problem. After dinner, Connor returned to his luxurious apartment. Although luxurious, being alone made him feel a bit empty. Suddenly, he remembered that he hadn't used the Yuki-ana's supernatural ability he touched last time. Although he only had the disassemble ability, he still had some remaining energy to summon a C-level supernatural ability. Summon it, and hope it's a mature woman. Shouting ahead, "Come out, Yuki-ana! How come it's a lowly? Why do I suddenly feel so cold? Are you okay, master? Wait, don't come any closer. Don't worry, master. My temperature is just slightly lower and won't harm you. Yuki, do you call this slightly? If it gets any lower, I'm afraid I'll turn into an ice sculpture. By the way, I have a supernatural ability Flame Punch. Aren't you afraid of fire?" Yuki isn't afraid of it. Yuki loves warm things the most. So warm, the owner is so powerful. The owner also has a warm feeling. Forget it, just this once considering you're so cute. This won't happen again. Do you know how intense this #1 super fan is? He is like a godlike presence in this world. Today, the super fan of Hot Sour Noodle Superman appeared at the fan meeting. He pretended to fall down and was successfully caught by Hot Sour Noodle Superman. He said on the surface that it was my carelessness. Deep down, he thought to himself that I did it on purpose. Then he shook hands and greeted him. "Thank you. My name is Connor." In fact, all of this was part of his plan. He appeared here to have a chance encounter with Hot Sour Noodle Superman and then put the supernatural ability gem into Hot Sour Noodle Superman's body. It's like installing a tracking device. You can know Hot Sour Noodle Superman's whereabouts anytime, anywhere. When the event ended, Hot Sour Noodle Superman, feeling tired, decided to take a rest in the car. Suddenly, Alchemist Mask Guy appeared behind them. Hot Sour Champion was obviously flustered. He knew that Alchemist Mask Guy was someone who could even deal with an A-level champion. And he himself was just a B-level. Before he could finish speaking, Alchemist Mask Guy already activated marionette control on him. And that's how Connor successfully entered the psychic world of Hot Sour Noodle. Here he found out that the blue pill was provided by this hat guy. As a return, Hot Sour Champion needs to provide various champion information. And all of this information is negative scandals about the champion. Connor suspects the possible force behind the blue pill, which aims to take control of the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of many supernatural beings. Then, they plan to corrupt and control them using the blue pill. But what is the purpose of controlling so many champions? That's all the information he currently knows. Let's leave it at that for now. So Connor left, leaving behind the Hot Sour Champion, who had a speechless look on his face. Here Leon quickly found Connor after getting the blue pill. Godfather, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you for a long time. What do you think this is?" Connor took out a pill and remembered it for a moment. It can be concluded that it is the blue pill that Hot Sour Noodle Swordman ate before. Then he threw the red supernatural ability potion to Leon, who did a good job on the task. This is the D-level supernatural ability potion issued to you by the organization. Just D-level? Levels need to be achieved step by step. If you find it inadequate, just give it back to me. Leon eagerly holding the potion, shouting, What? Repeatedly. Then he drank it all in one go. Why does it taste like ketchup? Connor then put his hand on Leon's back. Then by manipulating it, the White Wolf gem leveled up to D-level Godfather, and my supernatural ability also leveled up. This time, I felt even stronger and more powerful than last time. Change back quickly. You are so tall that it is inconvenient for me to speak. Continue to follow up on the blue pill matter. And then secretly collect some information on champions with poor conduct. Do well. Strive to provide more valuable information in exchange for C-level supernatural ability. Okay, Godfather's psychic guarantees the completion of the mission. After leaving, Connor arrived at the seaside, thinking that there was no one around here. He could have some physical training with Yuki-ana. So he summoned Yuki-ana. Yuki, here? Now you need to have some physical training with your abilities. You need to practice by sparring with the master. But just as they were about to start their physical training, suddenly two supernatural monsters appeared behind Yuki, 1D level frogman, 1D level celestial horse. Frogman punched Lily and sent her flying with one blow. Connor quickly rushed to provide support. Suddenly, a burst of light appeared on Yuki's body. It was so dazzling. This is the mature woman summon category that men dream of. If I gave you a supernatural ability, would you like the supernatural ability of the summon category? Main character Connor finally obtained the summon category he had longed for. He ended up summoning just a cute lowly. But this cute lowly suddenly changed. Yuki, have you grown up? This is my battle form. Connor looked up and down. Blushing, he said, "It looks very fierce." Just then, Frogman appeared. He kept croaking nonstop towards the grown-up Yukiana. At this moment, Yukiana unleashed the frozen attack. The frozen frogman seemed to be full of love, but this little ice seemed insufficient to defeat him. Connor stepped in to launch a plasma attack to assist. However, Frogman was very agile and managed to dodge all the plasma attacks. So, Yuki was asked to immobilize him. Then, the immobilized Frogman was dealt with by Connor. Finally, they arrived at the most crucial peeling process. The D-level supernatural ability physical training. Physical abilities can be continuously strengthened through physical training. It can exceed the current level by up to 5 times. After the peeling, Connor seemed to remember something. Turns out, another supernatural monster was missing. Connor said, "We need to hurry and chase after it." But at this moment, Yukiana began muttering to herself. "I've only been out for a short while. Are you trying to regain control of the body again? This isn't fair." Connor shouted as he noticed the anomaly. "Yuki, are you okay?" "I'm Nadia, not that uncultured Yuki." Nadia felt like she was about to turn back into Yuki. Grab onto Connor quickly. "I must grab it before you this time." Connor, with a speechless expression, did not refuse. But suddenly, the mature woman in front of him turned back into a young girl Yuki. Yuki, who transformed, had no idea what had happened during the transformation. So Yukiana has 2 different forms. And these 2 forms have separate personalities. Neither has the other's memories. Wow! I was touched on the head by my master. Yuki in my arms wants to be held by my master all the time. The only thing they have in common is that both of them are craving my body. "Yuki, you just finished fighting and must be tired. Let's go back and rest first." After seeing off Connor, Leon hurried to the other side, where the supernatural monster was located. The supernatural monster was currently at a beach, with humans playing around nearby. This scene happened to be witnessed by Leon. Leon was still hesitating about whether to go over and rescue them. The previous Leon was someone who would run away upon seeing a supernatural monster. Now, driven by instinct, he charged over. The supernatural monster attacked and abducted a fat guy. At this time, Leon also rushed over. He quickly ran away with another girl in his arms. But at the same time, supernatural monster also chased after them. At the critical moment, Leon transformed into White Wolf and avoided the attack of supernatural monster. The girl blushed and admiringly said, "Are you a supernatural champion?" At this moment, Leon shouted, "A real man is going to take on the supernatural monster." He ran into the water and started fighting with the supernatural monster. He grabbed the feet of the supernatural monster and swung wildly. Finally, he threw it high like a bowling ball, excitedly saying, "I'm finally no longer just a regular person who runs away at the sight of the supernatural monster. I will definitely surpass my big brother and the old man." Leon thought that the blow just now had defeated the supernatural monster, but the supernatural monster was not dead at all. It then used water control to control Leon. The supernatural monster then pierced Leon with its sharp horn. It hurt so much. The supernatural monster continued its attack. This time, Leon was once again controlled by water control and was finding it hard to breathe. I haven't experienced enough of what it feels like to be a champion. Is he going to die? Just when Leon is about to die, Connor appeared. There he is. Support from Champion is here. That's the alchemist boss, oh my god. Isn't that the alchemist boss that was so popular and mysterious some time ago? He actually reappeared. Leon, you did a good job. You successfully exposed your possession of supernatural ability. Next, let's see if the organization behind the blue pill will come after you. Saying that Connor used the steel supernatural ability to form steel spikes. Such a trivial D-level supernatural monster, quite amusing indeed. With just a swipe, a few steel spikes pierced the supernatural monster. Oh my! The mysterious guy alchemist boss easily took care of the supernatural monster with just one move. It's really too powerful, right? Then Connor started peeling again and gained a D-level supernatural ability, Surfing Expert. He can freely move on the water surface, control water flow for attacks and control. Then Connor put Leon and the fat guy together. He mentioned that the reason the supernatural monster didn't take the fat guy was that Leon saved him. At this moment, Leon woke up. Oh my, it hurt so much. Upon waking up, Leon was hugged by a girl who expressed gratitude. The girl said, "Although it's very comfortable being held by you, pretty girl, you're squeezing my wound." At this moment, a passerby commented, "Leon, why have you changed so much? Online, they all say you were just a spoiled kid." Leon responded, "It's all an illusion. Now, I, Leon, am determined to be like the alchemist boss, becoming a great champion protecting human justice." In this moment, Leon greatly enjoyed the feeling of being a champion. The next day, Connor lay in the luxurious room, examining the various supernatural abilities in his hand. He thought about collecting all the coin-based supernatural abilities. He wondered what would happen if he merged them all together. He suddenly thought about whether there are any healing category supernatural abilities among the many strange supernatural abilities. As Connor spoke, he used the marionette control function of Marionette. His soul entered the body of Hot Sour Noodle Superhuman. At this moment, he gained control of Marionette for 2 hours. Suddenly on the road, he saw a glass guy trying to touch a girl recklessly. In the conversation, I heard about the leader of the Saint organization having a healing supernatural ability. It's really a helping hand from heaven. And then he helped the girl give the glass guy a lesson on the side. In the evening, Connor started practicing his ability at home. Feeling bored, he split his body, and then he saw a pile of supernatural ability gems on the table next to him. It is worth noting that each person in this world can only have one, yet he now has a whole table of them. There's nothing else to do but exchange supernatural ability levels. Convert a level metal into a level plasma, then level up C level shadow vanish to be level shadow vanish. You can create 3 shadow clone avatars, freely move between shadow and the original body, and control the shadow to launch attacks. Then transform into a fire snake. Previously, the alchemist was of the arrogant type, with main supernatural abilities being steel and psychic marionette control. This time, the fire snake is positioned as the cold blood type, with main supernatural abilities as plasma and shadow vanish. The fire snake character in this combination. The first mission is to harvest the Saint Leader's healing supernatural ability. I wonder if it will go smoothly or not. Do you know how strong this man is? He can absorb other people's supernatural abilities. He can also disguise himself as someone else to infiltrate and assassinate from within. One day, Connor came to District 2 City S alone in order to obtain medical supernatural ability. "Hey buddy, you look like a newcomer. I'm an old hand around here. Hop in, I'll show you the way," he said. City S is known for its gambling industry. "Buddy, do you want to try your luck a bit? If you don't want to gamble, we have other unique and interesting places here. It's a favorite spot for every young buddy." Connor suddenly felt curious and asked, "What place?" "The girls at Nightclub Paris are really hot and enthusiastic. It's a shame not to go there when you're in District 2. District 2 feels a bit chaotic. Have a great time at the handsome Hotel Hilton." Just as Connor checked into the hotel, Leon sent him information from the Saint organization. The supernatural being Boxer is at Sea Level Hotel Hilton. Connor transformed into Good Fire Snake and is getting ready to work with a disguise. Come quickly, sweetheart, let me hug you. It's happening right as Masked Boxer is having a great time. Connor controlled Shadow to attack. At this time, Masked Boxer casually grabbed the girl as a shield, and that's how the poor girls were used as shields. And then the girl's fear and anger surged. And the ability of the Masked Boxer is to absorb the power of fear. Since you have given me the opportunity to absorb the power of fear, you are left with no way out but death. He said that, and then attacked Connor. Connor quickly used Shadow to change positions and avoid the attack. Masked Boxer said, "Your supernatural ability is Shadow Control, right?" While Connor just stared blankly without responding. Because everything has been planned in advance. Fire Snake's character is cold-blooded. Connor then launched another shadow attack. Masked Superman dodged again. A sprinting leap punch. Just as the fist was about to reach Connor, it instantly passed through. Not only that, but he was firmly controlled by Connor's shadow as well. Then Connor's evil hand appeared again. "Don't kill me," Connor said coldly. "Loser!" Indeed, it does suit the image of cold blood. Then he began his supernatural ability, Peeling. Sea Level supernatural ability Fear Masked can absorb the power of fear to enhance strength. The power of fear lasts for half an hour. It is said to be very effective when used in haunted houses and horror cinemas. After finishing the supernatural ability Peeling, Connor manipulated the Masked Boxer using marionette control. After entering the Boxer's soul world, he saw information about the Saint organization. Then Connor changed into Masked Boxer and came to the underground point where they worked. This underground den is a place specializing in trafficking children. Various children from different places are kept here, with the oldest being no more than 15 or 16 years old. Connor felt a bit angry after seeing this. Then he saw a yellow-haired guy hitting a boy. The boy was covered in bruises, but his eyes were unusually determined. Connor shouted, "Stop! Is he the troublemaker?" "Yes, Masked Sir. This guy sneak attacked and bit my ear. You should also stay away from him. He's a bit dangerous." "What's the reason?" Just when yellow-haired guy was hesitant to speak up, suddenly, someone claiming to be from the Saint organization Mantis Blades interjected, saying, "Why else?" Naturally, he had ulterior motives to do something to that boy's sister. Unfortunately, before he could succeed, the person was scared to death. At this point, Connor was furious to the extreme. Putting him down could still fetch some money. "Oh! Do you still want to spare his life? I will kill you all." At this moment, Connor said to hold on a little longer. "You will get what you want soon." The Mantis Blades beside them noticed something was wrong. "Can you understand what they are saying?" Connor responded, "Not only can I understand, but I can also fulfill his wishes. Otherwise, I will come over myself." He released the power of fear from his hands as he spoke. A strike pierced through the chest of the Mantis Blades. And at this moment, the Mantis Blades are still unclear about what happened. Why? In this world, everyone only possesses one type of supernatural ability gem, but within this group, there was a pile of supernatural ability gems just now when Connor killed the Mantis Blades. Onlookers were startled by this sudden scene. They all asked what happened. In response, Connor, filled with anger, said, "You all must die." Yellow-haired guy, who is not afraid of death, was the first one to charge forward. He was controlled by Connor with shadow control and plasma to undergo a powerful electric torture. After that, Connor used shadow to attack others. After dealing with everyone present, Connor untied the boy named Falcon. The untied Falcon was crying while holding his sister. This scene reminded Connor of his own sister. More and more people gradually came to provide support. But in Connor's eyes, these people are just sidekicks. They are all here to deliver supernatural ability, no matter how many of them come. Then, two slightly more powerful supernatural beings showed up. A record player champion. A spear bearer. The two of them completely do not understand the current situation, also saying and laughing about it. Let's cooperate and encircle him from both sides to see how he can escape. As soon as he said that, he immediately started to take action. Record player champion activated his supernatural ability, Music Start. Her supernatural ability music stimulates people's pain nerves. The children on the side were in great pain. Connor had to pretend to pass out first. The record player first stopped the music and then threw a music disc at Connor, who was feigning unconsciousness. Just as the disc was about to touch him, Connor instantly disappeared, ran behind the record player, and kicked it heavily. The record player that was kicked is spitting blood and calling for help from the spear bearer. At this moment, Connor is preparing to finish her with one final punch. Meanwhile, the spear bearer on the side quickly threw the flame spear in an attempt to save the music player. But Connor doesn't care at all, letting flame spear penetrate and delivering a fatal blow to the music player. Did you really kill him? Why did you betray the organization? Connor sneered. Why? Then why do you treat a group of children like this? At this moment, Connor activates fear absorption. Spear bearer threw multiple flame spears at Connor again, and Connor directly blocked them with his hand. Then, with a sigh, he rebounded all the flame spears back. That's how spear bearer also died. Big brother, you're injured. The child is fine. Just for you, these minor injuries are nothing. Then, Connor rescued all the detained children. At this moment, Falcon walked towards Connor. I don't want to experience the pain of powerlessness again. Can you teach me? Connor replied. No problem. But the condition is that you must always remain loyal to me. Can you do that? Falcon responded firmly. My life was saved by you. I willingly become your most loyal subordinate. Connor handed the Mantis Blade supernatural ability gem to Falcon while saying. Then he asked Falcon to take his sister to the hospital first. After all the kids had left, Connor began to activate the group healing. This way, he collected many supernatural ability gems, and then disassembled these gems to level up a level Shadow Vanish. A level Shadow Vanish Shadow Clone, quantity of 5. During battles, you can freely switch positions between the original body and the shadow. You can control the shadow to launch attacks. Connor had just walked out of the underground den. Suddenly, a girl held a sword against Connor's neck. Who are you? Where are you planning to take the child? Quickly, the main character is about to show off again. This time, he's saving the beautiful woman as the champion. But can he rescue her from such a huge earth dragon? Blanche, sister. It was this person who just saved us. At this moment, other children also said one after another that it was the big brother who saved us. This made Blanche finally believe that this man, with a mischievous look, was a good person. Blushing, she said, I'm sorry. Connor also happily said, It's nothing. You're the A-level champion sealed sword Blanche, right? Yes, Blanche replied. I just received the message and was preparing to come to save the children. I didn't expect that you had already rescued them from the demonic lair before me. Just as the two were chatting, suddenly the ground began to shake. Giant flowers suddenly appeared in the sky, connected by vines. The vines soon grabbed the child. A few people came out when the flowers fell from above. This must be the Saint organization. The goods of the sealed sword Saint are not something you can touch. Surrender now, and I can leave you with an intact corpse. At this moment, Blanche said to Connor, 3B level champions are no problem for me. It's just that the support of a level light priest might be a bit tricky. You should make a run for it. Before Connor could respond, Blanche unsealed her power seal. No wonder she was so confident she could unleash such a powerful energy. Blanche started to launch an attack. The Earth Mage from the opposite side unleashed the Earth Magic Array to resist, only to be shattered by Blanche's outburst of a sword strike. She then leaped into the air and followed with a sword slash. Meanwhile, the Vine Mage used a child as a shield, blocking Blanche's sword aura. You are despicable. Using a child as a shield is truly despicable. The commander of the waters on the side took the opportunity to blend into the water and ran behind Blanche, preparing to stab Blanche. Just as they were about to succeed, Connor appeared, blocked the knife. Then he casually used Shuchi's dagger to stab into the commander of the waters' neck. It looks like commander of the waters is going to die this time. And their leader, Light Priest, started to take action. He activated Holy Light Healing. He directly healed the injuries of commander of the waters. Then the Light Priest activated the buff effect again. At this point, the 3B level champions were under the effect of buff. They could now compete with the A level champion. Meanwhile, the Earth Mage began to gather energy. The supernatural ability activated under the influence of buff will definitely surpass the destructive power of an A-level supernatural ability. We must stop it, or else it will harm the children. At this moment, Connor confidently tells Blanche, "You go stop the other two. Leave the rest to me to handle." Blanche asked suspiciously, "Can you really stop them?" Connor replied confidently, "Believe me." "Okay, since that's the case, I'll pave the way for you." Agility Seal activate. Blanche has deactivated the Agility Seal again. Her instantaneous speed has increased several times. A leaping strike made it a bit difficult for the commander of the waters to defend against. "Stinky hussy, why haven't you come to help me yet?" The Vine Mage activated Charm of Rose. Countless little flower powders drifted through the air. Blanche feels her strength fading away. It turns out that the pollen just now can stimulate the deepest desires of the inhaler, causing them to be consumed by passion and gradually lose their strength. This supernatural ability is too powerful. At this moment, the commander of the waters split into two water avatars and surrounded Blanche, lewdly saying, "Do you want Big Brother to help you?" Blanche suddenly unleashed a massive burst of energy. Psychic Seal broken. Just as Vine Mage was surprised and puzzled, Blanche solved the situation with a single instant kill against her and commander of the waters. Meanwhile, Earth Mage took half a day to gather power and summoned a massive Earth Dragon. Just as the Earth Dragon was about to attack Blanche, Connor appeared. He immediately started releasing plasma attacks at the Earth Dragon. But would a massive Earth Dragon like that be afraid of plasma attacks? Quick, look! The main character champion saved the beautiful woman. This time, he captured the heart of an A-level champion girl. Just when Blanche was in danger, Connor arrived. He began to release plasma into the dragon's mouth. Just when everyone thought that the plasma was ineffective against the dragon, it suddenly exploded. In the midst of the explosion, Holy Light Priest used a protective supernatural ability, saving the Earth Mage from death. Angrily, the Holy Light Priest said to the Earth Mage, "You guys are really useless. Even under my buff effect, you couldn't handle a sealed sword. Now we've lost 2B level members because of you." However, that masked mysterious guy is indeed powerful. With just one strike, he could break through the A-level supernatural ability under my buff. He might be stronger than me. Let's escape for now. As long as I'm alive, the Saint organization still exists. With those words, a beam of holy light descended and disappeared in front of Connor. As for Connor, did they escape? Alright, let them escape for now. I still have important things to take care of. After finishing speaking, he immediately peeled towards the 2B level champion on the enemy side. Enhance the power of water within the body. Significantly increase speed. Can generate waves and disperse water as long as there is water present. B-level supernatural ability Bloodthirsty Rose utilizes its own blood to summon rose vines. The rose can release aphrodisiac powder to attack enemies and cause the vines to go berserk. After harvesting 2 B-level supernatural ability gems, Connor disassembled them to level up his super brain. Enhancing vision, hearing, olfaction, touch, taste, and the sixth sense. Enhancing coordination ability. Can also trigger psychic shockwave. After leveling up, Connor clearly feels that the world is somewhat different. He feels that he has been elevated. All sensory abilities have become much more acute. Blanche, who woke up, was extremely surprised. What level is your supernatural ability exactly? To be able to cause such a massive explosion. Who are you really? Connor Coldblood replied, Verdict Ion Organization Fire Snake. At this moment, Blanche was still very confused. Because it was the first time I heard of the Verdict Ion Organization, the explosion wasn't that big. The children. Rest assured, they're all safe behind you. That's how Blanche and the children were all saved by Connor. Just when Blanche was worrying about the children said, Just now, the Master first used Shadow to rescue us from the vines. Then, before the explosion happened, he used Shadow to create a shield to protect us. Blanche is surprised by Shadow. Isn't that person's supernatural ability the ability to generate electricity? How come they also have the ability of shadow control? She wanted to ask and thank them in person. She found that the person was no longer around. At that time, she was also worried about whether he could really solve it. Looking back now, she underestimated him. It turned out that he had already made thorough plans at that time. When you are sneaking and following someone, suddenly your phone rings. It's your girlfriend calling. Would you answer or hang up at this moment? After Connor settled things with the children, he chased after the fleeing Holy Light Priest. Due to the recent massive explosion, it quickly attracted journalists for investigation. Surprisingly, the journalist turned out to be Lily, who is an old acquaintance of Connor and is now his girlfriend. Lily, look, Sealed Sword is over there. Let's go interview. Lily walked over to Blanche, the Sealed Sword, for an interview. The Champion Association came to the city's harbor upon receiving your message. Seeing the chaos here, has something happened? We apologize for causing everyone to worry. I came here to rescue the children being illegally trafficked by the Saint organization. I wonder how long such illegal activities have been going on. It took me a lot of effort to receive the information and infiltrate the organization to save the children. If it were just me, I might not have been able to rescue the children. Fortunately, a mysterious guy helped me. Lily, who was saved by the mysterious guy, was surprised. The mysterious guy's power surpasses mine. He even shattered the supernatural ability enhanced by a level buff with just one strike. The explosion and surrounding damage you saw were all results of his supernatural ability. He also wears a strange snake pattern mask and claims to be Fire Snake from the Verdict Ion organization. The onlookers outside the live broadcast started discussing. The previous alchemist boss also wore a mask. They couldn't be the same person, right? The alchemist boss is of the metal category, while this Fire Snake boss is of the electric category. Oh my, the entry threshold for this organization is probably at least S level. At this moment, Connor has caught up with the Light Priest. I have already used up all of my remaining supernatural abilities on you. Please don't disappoint me again. Don't worry. I have covered all around with Earth's supernatural ability. If he attacks with plasma again, it definitely won't work. Just when Connor was planning to eavesdrop on their conversation to see if there was any important information, Lily's phone suddenly rang. Oops, the phone forgot to switch to silent mode. The ringing sound of the phone alarmed Light Priest and Earth Mage. They walk step by step towards the direction of the sound. Could it be that Connor is about to be discovered like this? Main character Connor is showing off again. Aren't you an electric category supernatural being? How come you also have Shadow Control's supernatural ability? In this world, everyone only has one supernatural ability, but this person has 999 kinds of supernatural ability. Just as Lily called Connor. In order not to be discovered, Connor quickly changed into his real appearance. Then he pretended to be serious in front of the Light Priest and talked to his girlfriend on the phone. Future boyfriend, guess where I am now? Aren't you at home? I'm in City S, baby. Ha ha ha. At this moment, Connor is speechless. I didn't expect to coincide with her while coming to City S to handle some matters. Then Lily briefly talked about her situation, and that concluded my interview. Now I plan to go interview mysterious guy Fire Snake. This startled Connor. He thought it was necessary to act quickly and decisively. Otherwise, Lily and the others would probably find this place soon. Then he said, "Lily is amazing. To celebrate your new job, I have to prepare a gift for you. I'll hang up first." Across the line, Lily replied, "Connor, you're so kind. I'll be waiting for you." This conversation made the eavesdropping light priest and earth mage feel embarrassed. Turns out it was indeed a couple talking on the phone. Their conversation was quite sweet. Just as they finished speaking, Connor transformed into Fire Snake and appeared in front of them. Earth Mage quickly launched an attack with the prepared Earth Wolf summoned beast. They even boasted that each of these Earth Wolves could take on an A-level supernatural being individually, and most importantly, these Earth Wolves were not afraid of electricity. However, they were instantly proven wrong when Connor delivered a decisive blow. A shadow control attack instantly wiped out all of these Earth Wolves. Suddenly appeared behind the Light Priest, and used Shadow Vanish to ambush two people. How is that possible? Aren't you an electric category supernatural being? Are you a rare dual category supernatural being? Here the Light Priest quickly started to plead for mercy. As long as you are willing to spare my life, I will agree to anything you ask. And Connor simply replied, "For justice, you must die." He tied them both up with Shadow. Just as the Light Priest was about to be strangled, he suddenly took out a blue pill and threw it into his mouth. Connor realized something was wrong and quickly jumped back. Supernatural ability powers kept emerging from the Light Priest's body. He said fiercely, "You forced me into this. Do you think I'm just a healer? I'll show you my last resort." He then plunged his hand deep into his mouth. With a pulling sound, he began to extract something. Then he shouted loudly, "Holy Spike unsealed!" He has transformed from a support healer into a warrior with flame wings and a spear of trial in hand. I must say, he looks quite handsome. Can Connor handle this new challenge easily? Quick, look at the person with flame wings on his back holding a spear of trial. He's actually a healer. Just a few seconds ago, he was providing all kinds of support for his teammates. Now that all his teammates are dead, he has to enter the battlefield himself. He is especially powerful after taking drugs. The main character dodged backwards to avoid the attack. He raised the spear of trial summoned in front of the sky. The holy light on his body rushed towards the location pointed by the spear. Then countless formations slowly appeared in the air. Gather infinite spike. With a shout of Light Priest, countless spear of trial emerged from the small arrays, and all shot towards Connor. At this moment, Connor could only dodge and escape temporarily.